Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Along with my partner Greg Oates, and that's the kicker Tyler Luke, set to get this started. Off we go from the Steel City. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. Here's our first carry for their running back, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 41, it's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 33 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open. Short throws turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here's a run. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Now give on the ground. He brings it down to the 5-yard line, but now it is 3rd and goal.
A 6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw. And he's in. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, just about every metric you can use, it's very clear, Mike. This is one of the best defenses in football. So I think coming in preparing for this game, we were asking ourselves, where do the points for this offense come by? And I'll tell you what, they silenced a lot of those doubts here with this opening drive to take it all the way down the field, to sustain possession, and come away with points. I haven't seen many teams do that to this defense. They got some things to sort out here before this next possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
32-yard line.
Wanna quit?
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. On the run to the right. Off he goes. And he is out of bounds. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Jackson now on 2nd down. This one complete to Bateman. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
And 5. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Searching forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
A 2-yard pickup.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Look to throw. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson now to throw on first down. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throwing Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
18.
These third down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll run it on first down with Henry, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Baltimore.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 2. On play action, here's Jackson. Forced out wide. He keeps it himself. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Henry. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Some nose guards in the 3-4 defense, Mike, are just asked to take up space and eat up blockers. But not this guy. He defeats his blocker and makes the tackle. That's playing the nose guard at the next level.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Jackson. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end, Mark Andrews, that time. And now it's 4th down. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are back within 1. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Austin now to return this. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
At the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jackson out to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. He'll look forward for a couple. That is Y.A. Black in there for the tackle.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Jackson now. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher. And this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens move out front. It's 9-7.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And they're on 27-yard line.
As they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They'll look to set up the screen here.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. The shotgun snap, he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Wester on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. A 1st down throw for Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet. But the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 1st catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
In motion goes Likely. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Short, complete to Likely. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
On the give, here's Henry. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Raven 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes to go. 1st half in a 2-point game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 2nd and 5. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
16-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Catch made there, left side by Walker. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. Talk things over before third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On third down, here's a run by Henry. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. First down. First and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for first and goal. Tight end, the motion man to the right. First and goal, and it's Henry. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Second and goal. Henry will take this one into the end zone. It's a Raven touchdown.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Metcalf. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run. It's Henry. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
3rd and short. Jackson through the middle of the field. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
It's a gain of 40.
A big play there for Baltimore. An even 40 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Henry. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A run with Ali. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on a play.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
No help from those last 2 runs. It is 3rd and 13. Now, Jackson. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
A run on 1st and goal. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
Pick up of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Again, it'll be Henry. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Line of scrimmage to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That one, taken in. Has Walker. Touchdown, Ravens. That's touchdown number 1 for him on the year. Luke now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Austin now to return this. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That finds Samuel working across. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And he is out of bounds at the 45. That catch number 40 on the season for him. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down, but a nice return up past the 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run action. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
3rd and long for Jackson. He'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Daniel Whelan is on to punt. Back deep to receive is Calvin Austin. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. And he's going to go down. It's a sack, but penalty markers on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty sets up this offense for 1st and goal. Back to throw. A big mistake. It was 1st and goal, and it's intercepted. And a good return here as he is out of bounds up at the 45.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. They'll go again here with Henry. Henry hit, the ball comes free. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
That is hard. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. So the big play gets them down close. And now it's 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Pick by Malachi starts. Accelerating toward midfield. Inside the 20. And he takes it back all the way. How about a pick 2 if you prefer? The play backfires for the offense in a big way. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They'll return this from the 11. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
At the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. He'll get this out wide. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught. He finds Walker. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
2nd and 11. Throwing Jackson. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Bateman is the motion man. On 3rd down, Jackson. Pass pulled in by Henry. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Baltimore, 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
This is Henry. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Down at the 42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run it with Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Exiting the pocket right. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, it's Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good! From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
Austin now to return this. And they'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Through the air, connecting with Debo. From the 23, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
Well, it's no secret what's happening here, Mike. They need points, and they need points quick. The best way to get them is through the deep ball, but obviously the defense is prepared for it. So, again, they're going to continue to play deep, force you to throw the ball underneath, and make you go the long way.
A pickup of 12 yards. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And the Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
No give on the ground, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll throw out of the gun. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over just shy of midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Bateman is the motion man. Jackson going to give it up on the top pass.
It's not Bateman in the ball carrier. He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Here's Jackson. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Ravens bring their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
22 yards.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards. And the Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's caught. Right side, it's Firemove. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
At the 19-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. It's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. They'll look to throw. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now
or never. They'll throw on fourth down. He's got it at the 3. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be first and goal. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
At the 2-yard line.
Back to throw. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
He'll run, and this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. So on third and goal, they run in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on fourth down. Taking care of it on the third down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
That score, too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it is a win here.